This is the flipped class video for lecture 11. This video will introduce a new data type called dictionary. Generally speaking, there are two types of variables: simple variables and composite variables. Simple variable carries one value, so one variable, one value. Some examples include integer, float point number, string, and boolean. Composite variable, one variable can carry multiple values. We talked about some of the composite variable before, like list and tuple. Okay, and today we're going to talk about one more composite variable, dictionary. This is a simple comparison between the three composite variable. We talked about list and tuple before. List is a ordered sequence, and it is a mutable variable. So ordered means the sequence has a meaning in it, and mutable means that you can change its value after the creation of the variable. Tuple is also an ordered variable. That means the sequence of the item of the composite variable is important. But tuple is not mutable. That means after you create a tuple, you cannot change the value of the item inside of the tuple. So today we'll talk about the new variable type, the dictionary. Dictionary is not ordered. That means the sequence of the item of this composite variable is not important. It doesn't matter whether this is the first item or this is the second item. They're the same. And dictionary is a mutable variable. That means you can change the value. You can add additional item. You can delete item from a dictionary. Okay. So there are some additional information I want to mention regarding the new type dictionary. Dictionary is a type that allows very fast database-like operations. Okay, so you can perform search, you can perform sorting and things of that kind. If you want to perform those kind of database-like operation on a variable, dictionary would be a better choice than the other composite variable. Another thing I want to mention is we have similar variable type in other programming language. So in Python, we call this dictionary. In Perl or PHP, the similar variable type is also called as named as associative array. In Java, we call that property or map or hash map. And in C proms, there is a type called property bag, which has similar property to dictionary in Python. Here we have an example of a simple list. So we create a list variable named price list, and this price list variable has 5 items. Each one of the items is initialized with an integer value. Okay, and then you can perform operation with this list using the index starting with 0 to 4. So we've learned this before when we talked about lists in the previous lectures. And we can perform similar operation using a variable dictionary. So in the lower hand, we have a dictionary variable named price list. Okay, so we create an empty dictionary first, and then we initialize the value of each item in the dictionary, but we are not using the index to refer to the item number. Okay, so we have 5 items in the price list, in the dictionary price list, but each one of the items is referred with a label instead of a number in the list. So in short, dictionary is just like list, except that it uses keys instead of numbers to look up the value. So we do not say item number 1, item number 0, item number 1 of the list. In dictionary, we use a label to refer to which item it is on the dictionary. In the previous example, you created an empty dictionary first, and then you add each additional item on the empty dictionary one by one. So it is kind of a tedious process if you do it that way. You can actually initialize and declare a dictionary in one shot, and there are 3 different methods to do that. This is the first method. You initialize and create a dictionary using the curly bracket. It is similar to what you do with the list and the tuple, but instead in the list you are doing it with a square bracket. For tuple you do it with a parenthesis. To initialize a dictionary you use a curly bracket, and each item is separated by a comma inside of the curly bracket. Just a very brief summary of how you initialize the 3 composite variables that we learned so far. For list, you initialize the value with a square bracket. For tuple, you initialize the series of items with the parenthesis. For dictionary, you do it with the curly brackets. And in dictionary, since this is an unordered list, all right, you need to include the label as well. And the name of the label is included first, followed by a colon, and then the value of the item, as illustrated in this slide. This is the second method of initializing a dictionary. You can initialize a dictionary using the dictionary function, so the DICT function. Inside of the DICT function, you need to include one list in order to initialize the value of each item in the dictionary. Each item of the dictionary is represented by a tuple, which is representing using the parenthesis. And then the first item in the tuple is the name of your dictionary, and the second item is the value of the dictionary. So you need to be aware that you are filling in one list in there, and each item of the list is a tuple with 2 items. You can also initialize a dictionary using the third method. In the third method, you are also using the dictionary function, but you are feeding in the parameter differently. And you're using a label, an equal sign, and then the value of the item. So in summary, dictionary is just like a list, but it has no item number. In dictionary, you don't use item number to refer to each item. You use the label to refer to each item in the dictionary. Since there is no number in the dictionary, you cannot sort the dictionary. So there's no sequence. So the sequence of the item does not matter. It doesn't matter whether you put an item in the first item or it's the second item. So the sequence has no meaning in the dictionary. Here's a list of all the basic operations you can perform on the dictionary. For a given dictionary X, you can add an item or change the contents of an item to X. So you can refer to an item by its label and then change its value. If the label exists, then you change the value of the item. If the label doesn't exist, then it adds the additional item in the dictionary. You can also remove an item by using the del operation, so you just delete the contents along with the label. You can also get the length of the dictionary by using the len function. Okay, so this function will return an integer value indicating the number of items inside of the dictionary. You can also check membership to check whether the label exists in a dictionary or not. The clear function allows you to clear up all the items in the dictionary. So after the execution of the clear function, your dictionary will become an empty dictionary. The delete function would delete the entire dictionary. So after you execute the delete function, the dictionary no longer exists. So this is just a very simple introduction to the dictionary type. In the lecture, we'll talk about how you can actually apply this type into writing a functional program.